Hi everyone, welcome back to Swathi's Kitchen Diaries. Today we are diving into something special from Indian desserts, chiroti. If you have never heard of it, chiroti is a delicious, flaky and layered sweet from South India and traditionally made during festivals and special occasions. This crispy pastry with their layers is similar to puff pastry but with a unique taste and texture and topped with or dusted with powdered sugar, and it adds a lovely richness, and trust me, it is as delicious as it looks and perfect for sharing with family or enjoying with a cup of tea. Come, let's see how to make it. So, into a large mixing bowl, I'm going to save in 2 cups of maida, or also called refined flour. If you measure it, it comes to 200 grams of flour, and adding a small amount of salt and sieve them together to get a uniform mixture. Or you can totally skip this step and add directly. And now to this, I'm going to add melted ghee. You can use butter too, but if using salted butter, skip adding salt. So I have added 3 tablespoons of ghee, and combine everything well. The flour should be moist and should hold shape. Looks like I need to add in some more ghee. Keep adding little by little amount of ghee until we get a moist flour and that holds shape like this without breaking. This is the right texture of flour, and now we can proceed to knead it into a semi-hard dough. Add water as needed and knead it into a dough that's semi-hard as puri dough. So carefully add water, guys, while kneading it. There, now we have a semi-hard dough, and let us cover it up and keep it aside for a while. This activates the gluten in it. Moving on, this is leftover ghee, around 2 or 3 tablespoons of melted ghee. I'm going to add some rice powder, 1 spoon at a time, to this, because doing so would be helpful to avoid getting a runny slurry. And now stir it in well to get a smooth and creamy and slightly thick paste. I think I need to add 1 more spoon of rice here, rice flour, to get that perfect texture and consistency. Now, if you want a substitute for rice flour, then you could use corn flour instead. Either one will do. Now, this is right texture. Keep aside and let's move forward and check the dough. It has softened. So let's knead it again and roll it into a long cylindrical shape and divide it into equal parts like this and keep aside. I have got 10 dough balls. Now cover it with a lid and dust the workplace with some dry flour and roll a dough ball and gently flatten it. And with the help of a rolling pin, roll it into a thin chapati. Trying to keep the surface even all over, guys. I highly recommend you try this sweet and you'll have everyone asking for more. Trust me, guys. You'll just love it. And now once done, I'm going to smear the prepared rice paste all over the top surface of the chapati. Use a generous amount of the rice slurry, as this is what is going to help in the formation of the layers of the sweet, which makes the sweet a unique one. After smearing it, place it into a clean plate and roll another ball into the chapati. And now dust some rice flour onto the chapati and arrange the second one over the first chapati and even it out. And now repeat the smearing process on the second layer too. Dust some rice flour again and place the third layer of chapati over it and repeat the process. I have stacked 5 layers. Now hold the edge of the chapati stack and roll them all together into a tight tube-like structure like this, and gently seal all the edges, applying gentle pressure or moisten it with water if needed. And now I'm going to cut it into equal parts of 1 inch each. We get a layered pinwheel roll like this, which has to be pressed down gently. See the lovely layers. The end result is going to be exciting to look at, guys, I'm telling you. Press any uneven edges if present with fingers, or you could use a rolling pin to flatten the dough balls. And repeat the process. And simultaneously preheat a kadai of oil for deep frying, and drop in the chiroti into hot oil and fry on medium heat until golden brown on both sides. And once they get the perfect color, remove and drain excess oil onto a plate with tissue paper to absorb excess oil. Aren't they beautiful to look at? And now once you have transferred, drizzle some powdered sugar. The heat will melt the sugar, or you could try dunking the chirotis in a prepared sugar syrup. And now repeat the process for the remaining batch. Or you could try this way, dropping the chirotis in a bowl of powdered sugar and dabbing both sides of the chirotis with powdered sugar. Dust away the excess, and there we have the most amazing dish to try for this Diwali. Or treat your friends and family to something special and traditional Indian sweet. And here we have it, crispy and delicious chirotis. If you try making this at home, let me know how it turns out in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more delicious recipes from Swathi's Kitchen Diaries.